Hi, friends. So today I was thinking about the woman in the whale. We've talked about her before. So basically, there's a woman that was in the whale, and Jesus asked her, "Can I have some water?" And she said, "You're a Jew. I'm a Samaritan. Why would I give you water?" And Jesus was saying, "The water that I will give you will never make you thirst. This whale will make you thirst." And we talked about the story all the time. It's one of the videos below. But I was thinking about that video just like more in depth. And like sometimes we do get thirsty, we get desperate for things, right? And then when she walked away and she was like, I'm a Samaritan, you're a Jew, why would I give you water? And she walked away. And Jesus was like, go ahead and go get your husband. And she was like, I don't have a husband. And he was like, yeah, you're right, you had five. And he started listing the list of husbands that she had. He's like, the first husband you had was, you were excited to get married. You were so excited. You were a good Christian woman. You were so excited to get married, right? But he wasn't a good husband. He didn't treat her right. He wasn't a good husband. And then the second husband that she had, God was like, Jesus was like, he was a good Christian man. But you didn't feel like you were good enough for him. You didn't feel like you were good enough for him. And so he starts, basically he's explaining to her all of the five husbands she's had. And he's like, the man that you have now is not your husband. The two things that I start to realize from that story. The first one is that when we always try to get external validation from like relationship, friendships, we can never get external validation from external things. Jesus is the only one that can give that to us. And we can never get external validation from people or accomplishment. Anything like that would never give you validation. Your cup will never be full. You always want more, right? And so I think it's just important for us to know that Jesus is the only one, God is the only one that can fill our cup. Can fill our cup and help us become content. Because if we look for external validations, we're never going to be fulfilled. Because a human being cannot do that. They cannot do that, and it's too much pressure for them, and it becomes a burden for them too. For if you expect that from them, so I was thinking about two things about that we cannot get external validation from relationship, because she kept going relationship, marriage to marriage to marriage, because she was probably looking for something that she could have only gotten from Jesus, only gotten from herself. But she kept looking, new husband, new husband, new husband, five husbands, and a partner that she lives with. So I learned that. And another thing is, when she was married the first time, because Jesus said, you're excited for your first marriage, you are a good Christian wife, but he was a bad man. He wasn't good to her. So second thing I learned from that story is that when you have a bad relationship or a bad experience in your friendship, relationship, whatever it might be, sometimes it can traumatize us and make us like not believe in love anymore, not believe in trusting people anymore. And you think everyone's going to betray you or cheat on you because you're so traumatized, right? So it's important for us to take the time out to heal and to process that, and just to understand that person did that to me, or this person treated me like that. That doesn't mean everyone is going to treat you like that, because it's not fair for the new person, and it's not fair for anybody. It's not fair for you because you're not trusting again, and it's not fair for the new person because they're taking the blame for what someone else did, right? So two things I learned from that story is that your cup will never be overfilled or filled by external things or by a person. You have to do it yourself. You got to do the work yourself, and then you have to get the Lord's help to help your life be fulfilled and be content, and every aspect in your life. That's why the scripture tells us to be still, right? And that right there is that external things should not validate you, and it will never fill your cup. And the second one is that before you go into a new relationship or even a friendship, make sure that you are healed. Because if you don't healed, if she didn't take the time to heal, she didn't realize the second husband was a great match for her. She felt like she wasn't good enough for him because she probably wasn't healed. She probably was traumatized from the first marriage. And the second husband could have been a great blessing to her, but she rolled over I'm guessing she rolled over the first trauma from the first marriage, and she didn't feel like she was good enough for him. You see what happens? Like, you miss your blessing when you come into it not healed. So it's important for us, like every time if I have like a bad relationship or friendship, anything like that, I take a long time to reflect and think about things that I should have done better, or how I should have like paid attention to like the red flags. What behavior did I miss? What pattern did I miss? Was I being delusional about it? Like, I try to like assess the situation. I take time, sometimes 6 months, sometimes a year, right? Until you can become a person that could judge someone's character better, which at the end of the day, you can do all that and still cannot work out. It's fine. But the point is, you learn from that, and you don't roll it over to the new relationship. If you've had trust issues in the first relationship, you don't roll it over to the new one and say, oh, you have trust relationship issues with this person, because it's not fair for them. It's not fair for the new person. It's not fair for you. And then no one wins from that. So I was just thinking about that story, and I was like, well, I actually learned 2 things from that story. Yeah. So I was supposed to go to Ghana, friends, for Christmas for 2 weeks. And the prices are so expensive. It's like triple because it's a Christmas holiday. So I'm not going to be going. So I'm a little sad. My family's like, you better not pay for that price. You better not. I was like, okay. Okay. All right, bye, friends.